Welcome to the WG podcast, and it is the week of September 14th, 2020, right. And I'm here with my ever jubilant and cheerful colleague.
I am.
Real estate expert Lee Taylor.
Even on a rainy day.
I'm Jason Wieloch, also a real estate expert by day, and we are with the Wieloch Group of Compass, every week bringing you all things Atlanta, all the news of the day that we think is interesting, not the sound bites you're used to seeing 24/7 on CNN. Real and raw Atlanta and Atlanta real estate news and knowledge without filter.
Indeed.
How are you, sir? What the WG?
What the WG? I was at the W residences today.
Can't spell WG without W.
You can't. The spa was closed. The wet bar pool area was closed off. You couldn't get to the pool, and the gym was closed at the W. So even with a building, you would think it's a little more. The residents, only 79 residents, and maybe limited hotel guests.
You were at the downtown one?
The downtown, the only one we have the residences. I showed 3 of them.
Really?
Guess what a 26th floor, 2-bedroom, 2.5 bath HOA fee is at the W today? $1,460.
Doesn't surprise me. All those hotel residences have high HOAs.
They do, and that one delivers. Become like a country club member when you join the W. However, I do think that, per square foot, it's a high dollar place.
Feels like a country club over here at the WG.
Oh yeah, you got that country club feel.
Here in our comfy North Atlanta studios, without the high HOAs of the W residences.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's neat. I haven't been there. I haven't been to that building in years. I went there when it was new development, when they had a sales center, and they're all. I mean, that was 8 to 10 years ago.
Yeah, they were pretty much finishing it out then.
Yeah, so I was there on the very tail end. So you have a client that lives in there already, right?
I do, on the 18th floor, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, that's pretty neat, man. I haven't shown any high rises in a while. Feel like condos are a little bit on the weaker side. I think you can get some deals on high rises right now.
You said so about New York and how New York high rise and condos are down. In Atlanta, I see the same thing, but not the density. They have so many more units for sale.
Well, of course. I mean, we're not comparing ourselves to New York, but I think if there's a value or a soft spot in the Atlanta housing market, it's high rises for sure.
It is.
So that's interesting. Speaking of attached housing, we won a $10 million townhome project.
That's great.
Last week.
Yeah, I heard about
the Wieloch Group did. It's
good looking property.
We're going to do some contemporary, really beautiful, large floor to ceiling window, high-end townhomes, really close to Phipps Plaza, folks. They will be coming in 2021. We will tell you more as it gets
You're going to deliver in 2021.
We're going to deliver next year.
That's fast.
Well,
Well, I heard that we have some things opening up in Atlanta, Jason.
Yeah, so a little bit of Atlanta real estate news. We are, for those of you that are not familiar with the COVID-19 reopening system that Atlanta's formulated, it is a 5-phase plan, and we are, according to Keisha Lance Bottoms, our mayor, earlier today, she mentioned that we will, if cases do not spike over the next few days, move to phase 3 of the reopening process on the 24th of September. The fifth phase is called the new normal, which is kind of like goofy because what does that mean? Like life's never the same again. But essentially,
certainly it does.
Yeah, I mean, okay. Well,
you're vaccinated and masked forever.
Yeah. Well, I'll move from Atlanta if I have to be masked.
You're gonna move to the moon, young man.
Yeah, I'll move to a Caribbean island is where I'll move. Or Canada,
the Dominican Republic,
if they ever let us back in. Mm-hmm. So when we get to phase 5, folks, we're essentially as open as Atlanta says we'll ever be. So I'm going to call it normal again because I think that's such a cheesy term, new normal. But phase 3 is a huge step because it's going to allow more limited small gatherings. Mm-hmm. You'll be able to apply for event permits on a limited basis again, which is good. It helps our economy reopen. Probably, I'm guessing that will mean kind of like our operations manager, Christina, on the team in South Carolina, they've allowed live music to return in a limited capacity again. So I think that's probably going to be a part of it. You won't have a dense concert, but it'll be like seating and all that. And everyone has to sort of stay, can't crowd the stage, right? So I think that's going to be the kinds of small gatherings that will start to be authorized with phase 3.
Jason, I'll already tell you that the professional wrestling industry is already delivering live product to their audiences.
Not in Atlanta.
Not in Atlanta. Florida.
Well, and the NFL is having fans in certain cities.
Yeah, and NBA's in Florida, right?
Yeah, but it's in a bubble.
I know.
There's no fans.
It's not as exciting as it. I watched some of that. I was like,
Sports in general is not as exciting. Fake crowd noise, and there's no people in the stands. I'm loving how the Braves are playing, though. They've got maybe the best offense we've ever seen the Braves have. They scored 29 runs in one game last week.
Really?
Yeah, which was one short of an MLB record. They've got one player who hit 3 home runs twice in one game in 1 week, and that was an MLB record as well. Adam Duvall, if you've ever heard the name.
No, I've never heard of Adam Duvall.
He's hit 10 home runs in September, and it's only September.
I'm not paying attention
today.
All.
I'm just saying the Braves are worth watching, and we're only 10 games away from the playoffs.
Wow.
Yeah, so
big bats.
But like all things in life, even with COVID, Lee, the world can't change entirely, and we still have to eat.
We have to innovate.
We have to innovate. We do. And what has been hurt? Nobody has been hurt more than the restaurant industry from COVID. Nobody has been, other than like live music, probably.
And cruise ships.
And we don't have a lot of cruise ships coming out of Atlanta, so I don't think of that. But I think that it's got to be, you got to really you got to really hand it to a lot of these restaurant owners who have persevered and become creative. I've told you about my friend Taka, the sushi guy who's turned his place into a quasi wine store while he's doing takeout sushi. You're right. Innovation is what keeps a business that's going through this alive, and they've had to do that. And in spite of the massive crushing of restaurants, there have been some that are opening even during the pandemic. And that's what we wanted to talk about today, LT.
Indeed.
8 restaurants that have actually opened
this year
during the pandemic. And our friends in Atlanta Magazine, who I consider to be the best source of food rankings in Atlanta, I always read
pretty
them.
much.
They came up with a little list. So would you like to talk about food?
Yeah, let's start, man.
All right.
I'm hungry.
So the first one on their list is Lake and Oak in Eastlake.
Great little spot right there at, as they say, East Lake and 2nd, but it's down from Oak View. So I think that's why they called it Lake and Oak.
Interesting.
But that's a great little barbecue spot. It was real simple. Greater Good Barbecue is super simple Southern barbecue. This one apparently is even more chef driven. And as it stands, that's a great takeout business. And I understand the people of East Lake are pleased.
All right. And the next one, LT, is Tallet Market, which is over in Summerhill. You love what's going on in Summerhill.
I do. That whole strip of Georgia Avenue right there as it leads into what is now Georgia State University's football stadium.
Old Turner Field.
And the upcoming baseball stadium, they're going to build where the old Fulton County Stadium used to stand. It's a beautiful, beautiful piece of property. They want to put a corporate headquarters there if they can find a 1 million square foot corporate headquarters tenant. That's available, America, or international businesses that want to come to Atlanta. It's one of the best places to build in all of America, I think, right there in Summerhill. Bottom line is this little restaurant is the best on the list, according to Atlanta Magazine, and it features all kinds of chef stuff on the Indian and Thai style.
It's takeout only.
Yep.
And I'll tell you what, when it comes to ordering takeout, I'm all about the Asian cuisine, man.
Yeah.
I loved what they were listen to this stuff. Short rib red curry.
With chanterelles.
Pearl onion, lime leaf, and Thai basil, or a wild summer salad of peach, watermelon, cantaloupe, mint, lemongrass, cilantro, fish sauce, scallop floss, and toasted coconut. This sounds ridiculous.
Yeah, who does scallop floss?
Scallop floss. Right.
Who wants to ruin my lemongrass cilantro with fish sauce? But that's just...
I love Asian takeout.
Sounds amazing.
I'm going to order it. Are they on Uber Eats?
I doubt it. You're going to have to go down to Summerhill.
Oh, man. I'll do it. Let's go to lunch there one day.
All right, we can do that.
All right, Hot Dog Pete's.
Also in Summerhill, I've been there.
Tell me about those wieners.
They're not the cheapest place to get a wiener, but it's a excellent meal. It was superb food, and as it stands, they get their smoked meats and superior sausage in Kansas City, and it's pillowy brioche buns from Alon's, which is a great bakery in Virginia Highland. Choose from 7 different dogs, including an all beef, a jalapeno cheddar wurst, and a Beyond vegan sausage, and 10 ways to build it. So it's a pretty cool hot dog restaurant.
So I'm generally not the guy that's been like, oh, I want to go get a hot dog.
Well,
are you a big hot dog fan?
Well, let me tell you a quick story. My little brother, Ross Taylor, appears on a public broadcasting system documentary on the American hot dog that appeared in the 1990s. And he talks about Frank's Hot Dogs in downtown Columbia. And they interview him at the counter. And he talks about the secret of a great hot dog being the casing. So if you think about that, and the old school way of packing a hot dog inside an actual intestinal casing is the highest quality
sausage
for the connoisseur of hot dogs, Jason.
Well, my father is from Chicago, and he thinks that all of the hot dog game here is
whack.
Yeah, less than sufficient. He's just, I mean, and I would be too if I was from Chicago. I would just be a food snob in general.
But my brother says about the snap that. You know what I mean?
All right, I'll go get a hot dog from Pete, and I'll tell you how it is. So,
they got the snap.
All right, Grana. Is it Grana? Is that how you say it? Grana, the team behind White Bull.
I've been to White Bull once, I think.
Well, that's in Decatur. This is over in Piedmont Heights, which is on the sort of the top end of Morningside, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Between Ansley Park and Morningside, right at the north side of the park there.
Right.
So,
pizza.
Yeah, I mean, another pizza spot must be close to Veruni's because that's over in Piedmont
right down
Heights.
the street from it. That'd be a hard place to compete, really. But
it says
they deserve just as much praise for their char-kissed Neapolitan pizza as their new spot, Grana. And that is the key is they opened during the pandemic. Let's face it, that ain't easy.
The cannoli are barely sweet, and that's really how it is in Italy too. They're not like overly sweet.
We have really sweet tomato sauce in this country.
I'm talking about cannolis.
Oh, the cannoli. I'm talking about
tomato.
I like that.
You love a good sweet sauce, I'll tell you.
You love a good cannoli.
I do, but not too sweet.
Okay.
All right. Moving on, because I will always try new pizza. The Companion, which is over off, it's in the Bolton Road area?
Yeah. It's over there where it used to be
Marietta Road in Bolton, is that right?
It's over there in the Riverside neighborhood.
Yeah. And
it used to be a barbecue restaurant, I believe, is the one he opened up in. But this guy, if you ever been to Steinbeck's Ale House in Decatur, which is right there in Oakhurst, in the little neighborhood where Oakview meets Eastlake, right next to the Cavarna Coffee Shop and Universal Joint and all that. The guys from Universal Joint opened Steinbeck's, and this guy, Andy, has been the chef there, and he's a host of the most. He's just a really cool cat. Everybody knows him who's been in Steinbeck's, and he has opened this place called The Companion on the west side, and that needed something over there, honestly, and I think he's probably got a hit.
The nightly dinner special, buttermilk fried chicken served with a wedge salad, mac and cheese, baked beans, and Texas toast. I mean, if your friends visit you from the north and they're like, show me an authentic Southern meal, this is probably where you take them, right?
Yeah, exactly. I would definitely do that.
Are you a big fried chicken fan?
I am indeed.
Are you a KFC or a Popeyes kind of guy?
I'm not one of those kind of guys.
You like the real deal?
The real deal used to be at Watershed Restaurant, was in Decatur, and then it moved to Peachtree.
Watershed was so good.
A lot of people would say that was the best for many, many, many years, but the people at the Beautiful over on the west side, over in Cascade Heights neighborhood, consistently show up as the best fried chicken in Atlanta at the Beautiful over there in the 30314, JW.
All right. My favorite name of a restaurant of the day, Side Piece, is next.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
That's so great. Over in Virginia Highland. And this one started in the early days of the pandemic as a takeout. And what are they?
It looks at small plates.
Oh, wow. How original. I'm kidding.
An excellent concept in its parking lot. Of the parking lot at 8 Arm is what it is.
Is it still only takeout?
Housed in a shipping container equipped with a wood-fired oven, side piece slings exquisite flatbreads, juicy skewers, and seasonally perfect small plates. My despair is over, says the writer.
I
So
love
it sounds like
flatbreads.
its side piece being it's a lot of side item, kind of small plate stuff, but includes pizzas too.
I am just a huge flatbread fan.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. And next on the list is Aviva by Camille,
In Peachtree Center Food
which
Court.
I think already had a location previously.
It may have.
I think they have another location. I can't remember where it is. It's where was this? Oh, yes, the other location is down on Peachtree Street, 30303.
Okay. You're good.
The mall at Peachtree Center, and then the collective at Coda.
But it sounds like Mediterranean style.
So it was downtown before. Now they moved to Midtown. That's
okay.
Right. So yeah, I am a huge Mediterranean fan. Have you ever had this before?
No, I don't think I have, unless it was by chance and I was in the Peachtree Food Court.
So I will tell you this, and this is not me trying to create competition here for Aviva or for Camille. I think I personally have had my best Mediterranean experiences at Cafe Agora over the years. I love Cafe Agora, which has a Buckhead location, right next to our office in Midtown. I just think they're so good. So if these guys are going to steal my heart, I'll go give them a chance. But there's some pretty good Mediterranean
Jason,
in Atlanta.
Panokeratosos will steal your wallet at Kema, and it's the best Mediterranean restaurant, I think, in the United States.
That's like more fine dining.
It is my favorite place to go.
Really?
In all of Atlanta.
I've never been. I've never been to Kema.
Fantastic.
I look at this is more like the takeout Euro kind of joint. That's kind of like apples and oranges, don't you think?
It is apples and oranges.
But I will try it, and then I will try Kema at your request. All right. What's next on the list?
Slutty Vegan.
Yes, and I think this is last but not least.
It is.
This is a second location. Obviously, most people know Slutty Vegan now, and it's down in Jonesboro.
It is Jonesboro Road, which is kind of going further south on
no, it's literally in
75.
Jonesboro.
Yeah, in downtown Jonesboro. Okay.
Yeah.
Far south, so I can more easily get there fixed to the arrival of Cole's second location. It's probably an excellent place for them to build. We need good restaurants down in Clayton County.
Oh, they're opening another one in Old Fourth Ward.
They are indeed. Yeah, I've read about that. I don't know the location, but there's so many great spots available in Old Fourth Ward.
My friend Allie LaCroix talks about this place because she is vegan. She doesn't eat any. She calls herself, but she really will eat fish and sometimes. But in general, though, she has raved about Slutty Vegan.
Well, it's a line out the door kind of place. If you just happen to drive by there, you will see a line forming, and they don't have beverages outside. People stand there to some level of social distance nowadays, and they really do wait sometimes an hour plus to get a vegan burger.
I just what can I say?
I can cook one myself. That's what I say.
I like the real deal, man, and I love Grindhouse.
I like Grindhouse a lot.
Grindhouse has a really good burger.
I think they are probably the best.
You think so? Have you ever been to Boca Lupa?
Yes, I have.
They have a pretty good burger.
A burger. Well, people say that the one over there on the south side of Howell Mill, right there where you meet, you know where I'm talking about? Marietta? What is that place called? Boccato. Boccato.
That's not
Boca Lupa is the Italian restaurant.
I'm so sorry.
Boccato has a fantastic burger.
Boccato has a great burger. Do you know who has a reputation and who Atlanta Magazine rated #1 burger?
Who's that?
On the last time they actually did this, the last time they actually rated best burger was 2 years ago, and it was Bones.
Oh, they have a fantastic burger.
And it's only at lunch. I've never been to Bones at lunch, so
go to Bones at lunch and play the jukebox.
Is it really good?
Yeah, it's great. They use really good steak,
Let's go there.
But my favorite burger recently of all the recent restaurants that have opened is at Vinkman's, which I hope reopens and starts having bands and performances right there on Ralph McGill near the Beltline. And the guys from Yacht Rock can start playing in locally. That would be great. But that burger was really good. And that chef came from, I can't remember what restaurants, but he's done a really good job with food and concert music. I want to see Vinkman's reopen. But the burger at 6 Feet Under comes from certified grillologist Tad Mitchell, the owner of the place, and they know how to cook a burger at 6 feet.
I think I had a burger there maybe 5 years ago. I can't remember. I'm gonna have to go back.
The black and blue.
We got a lot of good burgers.
Try
here
the black
Atlanta.
and blue.
I will. I'll do it at your request.
Blackened with blue cheese.
All right. Well, folks, we wanted to just pause on real estate for a day and talk about the amazing cuisine that makes up, because if you're going to
Yeah.
live in a city, you better have great food. And we do have a lot of great food. And I'm happy to see that there are restaurants that are opening and
People are
bringing cuisine.
supporting, real good food
So
still.
get out there, folks, and try one of these restaurants on the list today. And in the meantime, I'll remind you, as always, that Lee and myself are part of the amazing and award-winning Wieloch Group at Compass. And we are not only professionals in buying and selling residential homes here in Atlanta, we have the very best network, in my opinion, of real estate agents in the United States. Meaning, if you need help in any major market, we will make sure you get with the very best of the best. So always remember that for yourself if you happen to be relocating here or away from Atlanta, or your friends and family that live in other cities, because a lot of folks just call an agent now off Zillow, or they're just somehow connected to the first person that, answers on a listing. And there's really not always a way to know who the very best are if you aren't familiar with that market. So just a reminder. And in the meantime, Lee, I've got a little preview pivot from a topic that we're going to have next week.
That topic we were talking about?
Well, this is one you haven't had.
Oh.
But I want everyone to know and remember to tune in next week. We're going to be talking about how our team will define the new modern real estate experience and laying out all of the things that we're tying together at our wonderful brokerage at Compass to offer you in the coming months and year. So we're going to go through the unique services that we've brought to the marketplace, couple which you've heard, but a couple which are very new. And we want you to know that we really do have a program for the consumer that is consumer friendly and beyond what you could traditionally think of a real estate brokerage.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what we're going to talk about, Lee, and tell everybody out there in podcast land about next week. We're reinventing real estate at the Wieloch Group.
Am I going to start getting 20% commissions?
Of what? Of the total?
Yes.
Oh, well, I don't know if they're going to tune in if we tell them that.
Oh, okay.
So, but in the meantime, sir, you have a good week. And to everybody out there listening, share with your friends, write us, let us know how we can do better. And in the meantime, we will see you next week, or hear from you, or you'll hear us on the WG podcast.